Okay, I want to talk about what happened in Rhode Island with the woman who released her pit bulls and attacked the news crew. Now, the problem I have with this is, first of all, that never should have happened. Where I stay at here in Atlanta with our news market, with all of our news media outlets, I know that had this, what happened with that lady, Melissa, the tragedy, what happened with her daughter getting shot, and then a news crew going to her home, to tell her and get her thoughts on, what does she think about a suspect turning themselves in over the weekend, a 16-year-old, and she was not up for talking or anything like that. Once she told them to leave, I know here our news media, they would have respected her wishes and left. Now, like I say, this is a tragedy because I don't agree with what she did, and I'm really, I really don't, I really think that the two people standing behind her should have really, jumped into action and kind of restrained her and keeping her from doing anything that, it's just going to hurt her later on at the end of the day with throwing the rock and, releasing the dogs and the baseball bat and all the comments that she made. Now, obviously, this woman is emotionally distraught. From what I read, she had it was a party for, it was a kindergarten party, so a lot of young children there, and some uninvited people showed up to the party. Were told to leave or pay for the food that they ate. They left, came back, shut up the house, and which resulted in her daughter getting shot. So what we have here is that this woman is emotionally distraught, and I can see how that she probably feels very responsible for. It's like, well, and it's just everything running through her mind. Thankfully one of the little children did not get shot, but could have been a much bigger tragedy than what we saw. And I think that and I mean, just look at the actions of the crew. I mean, first of all, the cameraman just left the reporter standing. And what's her name, Abby? He did not help her at all. He just let her get attacked by the dogs. She had to fend for herself, and yeah, that reflects bad on him, first of all. And what it showed me was that they were just there to get the story. Now I've not seen any. Because obviously I'm not in Rhode Island, so I haven't seen much of their reporting there, or how good their news crews are, or how Abby reports. But I think that once somebody tells this woman is she's emotionally distraught, that you should have respected her wishes and left, and because there's no story there. Obviously she wasn't going to sign any kind of release forms to be on television or give you anything. She didn't want to talk, period. So you have no story there. Okay, just go back and just leave now. Okay, you can come back later. Okay, say, okay, I'm sorry. And say, hope your daughter gets better. Okay, and just leave. I mean, and just look at what happened with this woman. Her name is Melissa. She got arrested. As far as I know, for right now, they weren't able to find the dogs. They did send animal control to the house, but those dogs weren't there. I'm assuming there's some kind of pit bull mix, if not pure all the way. And she faces 2 felonies, and she was released on her own recognizance with with a $50,000 bond. And I'm like, just look at what happened with this lady. She, her daughter gets shot the night before, and then, because, all of the emotions and everything running through her head, she's just, her mind is just somewhere else, and obviously she's very upset. And she was not in any kind of she was not in any kind of mindset to be talking, and she just didn't want to do it, period. And obviously the emotions got the better of her. And the thing, like I said, this is a tragedy because number one, the woman's daughter got shot for uninvited people coming to her house and they were told to leave. Then they come back and, so, like they were wrong. I mean, come on. And, you know, and the fact that she now faces felony charges and, this woman is being portrayed to be in a not so nice fashion. I see all the comments here. I hate stories like this. It's like, all the racist comments and things like that. They're just gonna go ahead and go and I'm like, I say I don't agree with her releasing the dogs and attacking a lady or throwing a rock. They hit the cameraman. None of that, but this woman was emotionally distraught and she was just not in the right frame of mind. Just from listening to her, she sounds like a pretty nice lady. But like I said, her daughter just got shot, could have been killed. And you're insisting on getting a story, on getting some comments, but once she tells you to leave, say no, just no. That's the end of the story. And I know that here in Atlanta, whether it's Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 11, or Channel 46, any news reporter, they just would have, I've seen it so many times with tragic stories here, they, if it's no, and sometimes they do it themselves, and they take it upon themselves, okay, well, we're just gonna, okay, and, they're very sensitive to the families in that regard, and like I say, this is a tragedy which, in my opinion, should not have happened in the first place, due to the reporters themselves, Abby, and the cameraman. Like I say, I do place blame with them. Like I say, once she tells you that no, there's no story, no, leave. You're on a public sidewalk, okay, but why are you still there filming this woman, just to get a reaction for your news? Because obviously she's distraught and her, like I said, her daughter was shot and could have been killed, and so it's a fine line with media and the news and stories like this, but like I say, I definitely think they did cross the line, and it was very unfortunate what happened, and now this woman, instead of worrying about, just getting her daughter and her recovery, now she has 2 felony charges. Like I say, just due to her just being, she was just, just the emotions of it all. And I think that, that as far as, news crews, and if you're a reporter or an aspiring reporter, you have to, you definitely have to be compassionate and understand that everybody is not going to handle tragedy the same way. Some people, they're able to talk about it, others aren't, Some people, like I say, this woman, she got violent. She was very agitated. She said leave. They were still there, and now, it's, all over World Star Hip Hop and all other, it's a viral video. And so, that's the real tragedy of it all. This woman, Melissa, is gonna, be made out to look like some kind of, whatever, just kind of negative thought that you have. That's what they're saying about her. And, like I say, no, she's just an emotionally distraught mother, whose daughter was just shot because of uninvited people felt that they were wrong, and they, So I would like to know what your, if you have any thoughts, what do you think about the story, or did you, do you agree? Do you see it that way, or do you, like I say it's fault there with both, because I don't agree with what she did, but I can understand, like I said, and I placed blame on the 2 women behind her. Why did they not just go ahead and take her inside? Okay, just, come on, come on, hey, let's just go, or, just, it should have never got to that point. But like I said, the crew, they went overboard, they overstepped their bounds, and just insisting because they were there for a long time. You know, their video is edited and all, but you can tell that they were just there, and you know, she just snapped and she just lost it. So, you know, like I said, I wish the best for all, you know, especially her, Melissa, and her daughter, and that she has, you know, full recovery. And, you know, and that, you know, I just want everything to work out. And, you know, for people to just get to know this, like I said, a woman sounds like a, you know, you take all her anger out, you know, that she's feeling at the moment. I can tell that she's a pretty nice lady. And I think that everybody needs to just, you know, look at everything and look at all the circumstances and kind of understand. Like, you don't, you know, we don't agree with what she did, but it's like, come on, news, okay, she told you no, why are you still there recording? You just want something for the, you know, for the television, you know, is that your goal? So, the cost of, you know, trying to get a story, basically, you know. Well, that's my thoughts here. I just wanted to come on and share my thoughts on this story. And that's it.